Close your eyes and let the gentle sounds of the evening wash over you. Imagine yourself drifting away on a soft breeze, carried across the sea to a land of ancient beauty. We're traveling back in time to feudal Japan, a world painted in shades of subtle elegance and quiet contemplation. The air is crisp, carrying the scent of pine and damp earth, a fragrance that speaks of ancient forests and hidden temples. Tonight, we'll explore a world of peaceful rituals, a world where the simple act of drinking tea becomes a profound meditation. Picture a traditional Japanese tea house nestled amongst carefully manicured gardens. The soft light of lanterns filters through paper screens, casting a warm glow on the tatami mats beneath your feet. You remove your shoes, feeling the cool texture of the woven straw against your skin, a gentle invitation to slow down, to release the tension of the day. You might be offered a small, exquisitely crafted bowl, its surface cool and smooth. Notice the delicate patterns, perhaps a subtle landscape or a single perfectly formed blossom. The tea master, with quiet grace, prepares the tea, their movements precise and deliberate, each gesture imbued with centuries of tradition. There's a quiet hum to the process, the gentle whisper of water being heated, the soft clink of the utensils. The tea itself is a simple pleasure, a rich, earthy brew offering a moment of quiet reflection. As you sip, you'll feel a sense of calm wash over you, a peace that comes from the slowing down of the world around you. It's not just about the tea, you see. It's about the shared moment, the quiet appreciation of beauty, the simple elegance of ritual. Let this feeling settle into your bones, letting the gentle rhythm of the tea ceremony lull you into a peaceful slumber. Breathe in deeply and allow yourself to drift away. The scent of jasmine incense, faint and sweet, hangs in the air, a gentle perfume that wraps around you like a warm shawl. You're sitting in the quiet corner of a small tea house, the kind built of weathered wood and nestled amongst whispering bamboo. Sunlight, filtered through paper screens, paints the room in soft, honeyed hues. Dust motes dance in the golden light, each tiny particle a silent story in itself. The tea house is small, intimate. A low table before you holds a simple porcelain cup, still steaming faintly. The tea itself is a pale, amber liquid, its aroma promising quiet contemplation. Outside, the sounds of the city are muffled, softened by the thick bamboo walls. Only the gentle chirping of crickets and the occasional rustle of leaves penetrate the peaceful atmosphere. The floor, polished smooth by years of footsteps, feels cool and comforting beneath your bare feet. A low murmur of conversation drifts in from the main room, but it's barely audible, more a background hum than a distraction. On the walls, faded calligraphy hangs beside simple landscapes painted on rice paper, scenes of mountains, rivers, and quiet contemplation, reflecting the serenity of the space itself. A single oil lamp flickers softly in a corner, casting long shadows that stretch and retract with the gentle breeze that finds its way through the slightly ajar screen. The air is still, heavy with the scent of the tea and the incense, a comforting blend of earthy and floral notes. Even the murmur of conversation fades, leaving you enveloped in a blanket of peaceful silence, broken only by the soft crackle of the lamp and the rhythmic drip of water from a nearby bamboo fountain. You feel the weight of the day lift, replaced by a gentle sense of calm. Your mind slows, and the world outside seems far away, a distant hum fading into the quiet embrace of this humble tea house. The air in the small, secluded tea room hung heavy with the scent of jasmine. Moonlight, filtering through the paper windows, painted the polished wood floor in silver streaks. The tea master, a figure of quiet grace and expertise, moved with a deliberate slowness, a gentle rhythm that soothed the soul. His movements were like a silent dance, each gesture precise and purposeful, honed by years of practice. He wore a simple dark robe, the fabric soft against his skin, mirroring the quiet serenity within him. First, he carefully selected the leaves, their deep green hinting at the rich, earthy flavor to come. Each leaf was examined, a brief moment of contemplation before it joined the others in the delicate porcelain gaiwan. He handled the fragile vessel with the utmost care, his fingers tracing its smooth curves, as if acknowledging the long history held within its walls. The sound of his actions was minimal, a soft whisper of porcelain against porcelain, a gentle rustle of leaves. Water, heated to the perfect temperature, a precise science he'd mastered over decades, was poured into the gaiwan, the steam rising like a gentle breath, carrying the fragrant promise of the tea to come. He allowed the leaves to unfurl slowly, their dance in the hot water a mesmerizing spectacle. The process was not rushed. It was a meditation, a conversation between the tea master, the leaves, and the water. He seemed to listen to the leaves as they steeped, patiently awaiting the moment of perfect infusion. The room held its breath with him, expectant and hushed. Then, with the utmost care, he began to pour, the water cascading from the gaiwan into the small, exquisite cups. Each cup received an equal portion, a testament to his even temperament and his respect for the tea ceremony. The liquid, a rich amber color, shimmered in the soft moonlight, reflecting the quiet peace within the small room and the heart of the tea master himself. The aroma was now potent, a comforting warmth that filled the air, promising tranquility and stillness. The ritual was nearly complete, and a sense of profound calm settled over everything. The afternoon sun, a gentle hand, stroked the window panes of the tea room, casting long shadows across the polished wood floor. Dust motes, barely visible, danced in the golden light. And so began the preparation. First, the soft cotton cloths, starched to a gentle crispness, were unfolded. Each was carefully inspected, its texture felt, its readiness confirmed. Then the meticulous cleaning began. Not a frantic scrubbing, but a slow, deliberate caress. The delicate porcelain teacups, each one unique, were washed in warm water, their surfaces polished to a luminous sheen. You might think such a process tedious, but it wasn't. It was a meditation, a quiet communion with the objects themselves, each touch a silent acknowledgement of their beauty and purpose. The low table, crafted from dark, rich wood, was next. Every grain was smoothed, every imperfection acknowledged and respected, as if whispering apologies to the tree from which it came. The tiny scratches, scars of time, told their silent stories, each a testament to the room's history, its quiet life. The air itself seemed to hold its breath as the cleaning progressed, the very silence amplifying the gentle swish of the cloth, the soft clink of the cups being placed back onto the tray. It was a harmonious rhythm, a gentle pulse beating at the heart of the room. Even the air itself seemed to participate in the ritual. Incense, a delicate scent of jasmine and sandalwood, was carefully lit, its subtle fragrance slowly filling the space, a soothing balm to the senses. A small vase holding a single perfect white lotus blossom was placed in the center of the table, its purity mirroring the purity of intention that filled the room. Slowly, deliberately, the tea room transformed. It was not simply cleaned, it was consecrated. A space of tranquility had been born, ready to welcome the quiet contemplation and soothing warmth of the afternoon tea. The gentle hum of preparation had quieted, leaving behind only the soft scent of jasmine and the promise of peace. Now, let's drift gently into the world of the artist's tools. Imagine a time before mass production, when every implement was crafted with care, a reflection of the artisan's skill and the material's inherent beauty. Picture the smooth, cool weight of a jade carving knife, its blade honed over generations, passed down through families like a whispered secret. The artist's thumb would rest on its carefully shaped handle, feeling the subtle give of the wood, a familiar comfort, as it guided the blade across the stone. This wasn't just a tool, it was an extension of the artist's hand, a partner in creation. Think of the rasps, each tooth precisely placed, whispering against the stone, shaving away the unwanted, revealing the form within. Some were made of iron, others of bronze, their surfaces worn smooth by years of patient use, each scratch telling a story of countless hours spent shaping and refining. And the mallets, heavy and comforting in the hand, their wooden heads smoothed by time and use, delivering measured blows that chipped away at the stone, but never with harshness, always with a gentle rhythm, a dance between artist and material. Then there are the chisels, so varied in size and shape, each designed for a specific task. The smallest, delicate as a hummingbird's feather, used for the finest details, carving eyes that seem to hold ancient wisdom, or the delicate curve of a lip. The larger chisels, robust and powerful, could remove significant portions of stone with skillful precision, shaping the grand sweep of a landscape or the powerful form of a mythical beast. These chisels, like the other tools, would have been meticulously cared for, sharpened and oiled, their wooden handles carefully smoothed and repaired as needed. They are not just tools. They are the silent witnesses to countless masterpieces born from stone, each one a small piece of history, whispering tales of patience, skill, and artistry. And as you drift towards sleep, let the image of these tools rest in your mind, each a testament to the human hand and the enduring power of art. Now, imagine yourself in a quiet tea room, the air still and warm with the scent of green tea. Sunlight streams through a paper screen, casting gentle shadows on the tatami mats. Before you rests a small bowl, a chawan, its smooth ceramic cool to the touch. Inside waits the vibrant green matcha powder, finely ground from carefully selected leaves. This isn't just tea, it's a ritual, a moment of mindful preparation. Our hands, perhaps yours, reach for the chasin, the bamboo whisk. Its thin, delicate prongs are a testament to generations of craftsmanship. You hold it lightly, feeling its natural texture against your skin, a connection to the past. The first movement begins, a slow, deliberate swirl of the whisk in the bowl, the matcha and water meeting in a gentle dance. Slowly, the powder begins to disperse, its vibrant green deepening in the water. You feel the slight resistance, a whisper of the powder against the whisk's fine bristles. It's a rhythm, a quiet conversation between the whisk and the bowl, the maker and the moment. Each circular motion is a meditation, a focusing of the mind onto the simple act of creating. The movement becomes a little quicker now, but still measured, still deliberate. With each sweep of the whisk, tiny bubbles begin to appear, rising to the surface and coating the mixture in a delicate froth. It's a transformation, a metamorphosis from powder to elixir. You're not just making a drink, you're crafting a moment of peace, a pause in the rushing river of everyday life. The froth becomes abundant, a gentle cloud resting on the surface of the deep green. The rhythmic whisking, the visual artistry of the creation creates a small, quiet, perfect moment. The fragrance of the matcha fills the air, calming and inviting. Soon, you will taste the reward for your gentle diligence. But for now, simply enjoy the meditative dance of the whisk. Let the rhythm lull you into a peaceful slumber. The first guests begin to arrive. Their footsteps soft on the earthen path leading to the open-air pavilion. A gentle breeze rustles through the nearby willow trees, their leaves whispering a welcome. Each person moves with a deliberate slowness, a quiet respect permeating their bearing. There's no jostling, no hurried steps. Instead, each arrival feels like a feather falling gently to the ground. A woman in a simple linen dress approaches, her hands clasped loosely before her. Her eyes, though tired from the day's journey, hold a peaceful light, reflecting the anticipation for the evening's storytelling. She finds a place on a woven mat, settling down with a sigh of contentment. The soft thud of her body sinking into the woven fibers is almost inaudible, a gentle punctuation to the quiet ambiance. Following her, a young man with hair the color of autumn leaves walks with measured steps. His gaze is lowered, not in sadness, but in quiet contemplation. He carries a small, intricately carved wooden flute, a silent promise of music to come, perhaps, later in the evening. He too finds a comfortable spot, his posture relaxed and welcoming. Others follow, a steady stream of quiet arrivals. An older couple, their hands intertwined, move with the grace of ancient dancers, their steps slow and deliberate. A group of children, hushed and respectful, follow their parents, their eyes wide with wonder, absorbing the atmosphere. Each person chooses their space thoughtfully, leaving enough room between themselves and others, a silent understanding of personal boundaries woven into the very fabric of their presence. The air hums with a quiet energy, not excitement, but a peaceful anticipation. It's the feeling of a shared breath, a collective hush before the beginning of a beautiful story, a quiet reverence for the tradition about to unfold. The air is thick with the scent of wood smoke and damp earth, a gentle perfume that blends seamlessly with the feeling of peace that settles over the gathering. Each guest brings with them a sense of quiet dignity, a sense of belonging to this moment, this shared experience. The tea ceremony unfolds in a precise order, each step significant and meaningful. Imagine yourself, perhaps, gently seated on a soft cushion, the low hum of conversation a distant whisper. The air is still, carrying the subtle scent of fragrant woods and freshly blooming flowers. First, the host carefully prepares the room, ensuring every detail is accounted for. The placement of the scroll, the angle of the light, the quiet elegance of the utensils. This meticulous preparation is not mere ritual. It's a form of meditation, a clearing of the mind to fully embrace the moment. Then the water is heated. Not just any water, but water drawn from a pure spring, allowed to reach its perfect temperature, a gentle simmer that speaks of patience and care. You watch as the water is poured into the kettle, the steam rising like a quiet prayer. The kettle itself is a work of art, often crafted from fine clay or polished metal, its smooth curves reflecting the soft light. It's a silent testament to generations of artisans, their skills and dedication woven into its very being. Next comes the tea itself. The host selects the leaves with a deliberate grace, each movement fluid and precise. The leaves, carefully harvested and stored, are placed in the bowl, their aroma awakening the senses. Then the careful process of brewing begins, the measured pouring of the hot water, the gentle stirring of the leaves, a moment of quiet contemplation as the tea infuses, its rich color deepening with each passing second. The sound of water meeting leaves is almost imperceptible, a gentle whisper that blends with the soft breathing of the participants. The serving itself is a choreography of grace. Each cup is filled with care, the host's movements mirroring the peaceful flow of the tea. The cups themselves, small and delicate, are held with reverence. And finally, the first sip, a moment of shared silence, a quiet appreciation for the beauty of the simple act of drinking tea. The ceremony's precision isn't about rigidity, but about creating a space for tranquility and reflection, a moment of mindful peace. The carefully planned sequence is a guide to stillness, a pathway to inner calm. And so we come to the bowls. Imagine them now, nestled on a low table, bathed in the soft light of a setting sun. Each bowl is unique, a small work of art, holding the matcha with gentle dignity. Some are deep and round, like small pools reflecting the sky. Others are shallow and wide, their curves whispering secrets of ancient craftsmanship. Perhaps yours is a simple, earthy brown, the color of autumn leaves gently falling to the forest floor. Or maybe it's a vibrant green, echoing the jade hills where the tea leaves first took root. Each one, a testament to the skill of the potter's hands, the patience of years spent mastering this delicate art. Feel the cool, smooth surface against your fingertips as you gently lift the bowl. Notice the subtle imperfections, the tiny variations in the glaze, the almost imperceptible variations in color. These are not flaws, but marks of individuality, each one a unique fingerprint of the artisan's touch. The weight of the bowl in your hands is reassuring, a grounding presence as you settle into a quiet moment of contemplation. The matcha rests within, a vibrant green elixir, a promise of calm and stillness. Think of the countless hands that have shaped this bowl, from the miner who extracted the clay from the earth, to the potter who coaxed it into form, to the merchant who carefully transported it across mountains and valleys. Each person, a link in a chain stretching back through centuries, their stories woven into the very fabric of the vessel you hold. And now, you too are part of that story, adding your own quiet moment of appreciation to the rich tapestry of its existence. Let the beauty of the bowl soothe you. Let its gentle weight center you as you prepare to sip the matcha, and let the day's worries gently melt away. Let the peace of the bowl permeate your very being. The steam from the matcha cups rose, a gentle, ephemeral cloud in the soft lamplight. You lifted your cup, the warm ceramic a comforting weight in your hand. The aroma, subtly sweet and earthy, filled your senses, a quiet prelude to the experience. A slow, deliberate sip. The matcha, vibrant green, coated your tongue, its texture smooth and slightly creamy. Don't rush. Let the flavor unfold. The initial sweetness blossoms, a delicate whisper of honeyed blossoms on the wind. Then, a subtle bitterness emerges, grounding and earthy, like the scent of damp forest soil after a gentle rain. It's not harsh, not unpleasant, but a comforting contrast to the sweetness. It's a reminder of the balance in nature, the way light and shadow, sweetness and bitterness dance together in harmony. Notice the warmth spreading through your body with each sip. Feel it in your throat, in your chest, a gentle embrace. The matcha isn't just a drink, it's a moment of pause, a tiny island of calm in the rushing river of your day. Your breath slows, your shoulders relax. The worries that cling to you like cobwebs begin to loosen their grip. As you sip again, observe the changing nuances of the flavor. It's more than just sweet and bitter. There's a lingering minerality, a subtle hint of umami, a depth that unfolds slowly, like a secret whispered on the breeze. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel the weightlessness of the silence, the peace that settles over you like a warm blanket. This matcha, this moment is yours. There's no need to hurry, no need to chase anything. Simply be, present in this gentle unfolding of taste and sensation. The flavors linger, a quiet contentment settling in your heart, a tranquility that extends beyond the last drop. Let the warmth and peace remain with you long after the cup is empty. Breathe deeply and let the stillness embrace you. The air hung heavy with the scent of incense and dried flowers, a quiet perfume that seemed to settle on the listeners like a soft blanket. The ceremony continued, each movement deliberate, each moment pregnant with unspoken understanding. Conversation, if it could be called that, was a whisper across the stillness. A slight nod of the head, a barely perceptible shift in posture, communicated more than words ever could. An elder, her face etched with the wisdom of countless seasons, offered a single, carefully chosen phrase. The path unfolds. It wasn't a question, nor a statement requiring an answer. It was an acknowledgement, a shared recognition of the journey they were all on, a journey both individual and collective. Another elder, his eyes mirroring the deep pools of a mountain lake, responded with a simple, "Yes, it does." The unspoken understanding between them was a tapestry woven from years of shared experiences, of laughter and sorrow, of triumph and loss. A young woman, her voice barely a breath, asked, "And how do we know which path to choose?" The question hung in the air, a delicate dewdrop clinging to a spider's silk. Silence followed, not an uncomfortable silence, but a thoughtful pause, a space for reflection. Then a deep voice, rich as aged mahogany, answered, "The path chooses you, my child. Listen to the quiet voice within." His words were gentle yet firm, a guiding hand in the darkness. Another whispered exchange followed, a conversation carried not on the wind, but on the shared gaze of those gathered. A subtle gesture, a knowing glance, a shared sigh. These were the building blocks of their communication, a language as old as time itself. They spoke of resilience, of acceptance, of the beauty found in both the expected and unexpected turns of the path. Each word, precisely chosen, was a seed of understanding, planted carefully in the fertile ground of their shared experience. It was a conversation not meant for the ears of the uninitiated, but for the hearts of those who truly understood the weight and the grace of the unfolding path. The air remained calm, the unspoken language of shared experience continuing to weave its quiet spell. The steam from your matcha tea, a soft emerald cloud, curled gently upwards. As the warmth settled into you, a small porcelain dish appeared beside your cup. Within it, nestled on a bed of silk-like green leaves, lay several small sweets. These weren't the boisterous, sugary confections of a child's birthday party. No, these were delicate morsels, each one a tiny poem of flavor. The first was a Canton jelly, almost translucent, its slight sweetness a whisper against the tongue. It dissolved slowly, leaving a refreshing coolness that beautifully balanced the tea's earthy warmth. Next, you reached for a small round confection coated in white sesame seeds. A gentle pressure revealed a soft, sweet bean paste within, a subtle sweetness, almost floral, that unfolded like a secret whispered on the breeze. And then a tiny square of mochi, the glutinous rice cake softened to the consistency of a cloud. This one held a surprise within, a sliver of candied ginger, its fiery warmth a playful counterpoint to the gentle matcha. The ginger spice lingered briefly, a warming ember against the lingering sweetness of the bean paste. Each bite was an experience, a gentle exploration of texture and taste. The sweets weren't meant to overwhelm. They were companions, carefully chosen to harmonize with the matcha. Their quiet sweetness echoed the calm serenity of the tea ceremony itself. As you savored each small delight, your breathing slowed, the tension in your shoulders eased, and the world outside faded away, leaving only the gentle rhythm of your own breath, the subtle flavors on your tongue, and the peaceful warmth spreading through your body. Each bite was a miniature journey, each small sweet a step further into a state of tranquil contentment. With each mouthful, you felt yourself sinking deeper into a peaceful slumber. The last notes of the ancient hymn faded into the hushed stillness of the courtyard. The air, heavy with the scent of jasmine and the lingering warmth of the setting sun, seemed to hold its breath. Slowly, heads bowed, not in submission, but in a quiet, heartfelt acknowledgement. A deep, shared gratitude settled over the assembled guests, a collective sigh of contentment. Each person found their own space within that shared stillness. Some closed their eyes, letting the gentle breeze carry away the day's events, the words spoken the stories shared. Others traced the patterns of the worn stones beneath their feet, feeling the earth's solidity beneath them, a grounding presence after the day's emotional journey. The weight of the world, the everyday anxieties, seemed to melt away, replaced by a sense of profound peace. A gentle rustle of silk, the soft whisper of sandals on stone. These were the only sounds breaking the calm. Each bow was unique, a personal expression of thankfulness. Some held the posture for a moment, savoring the quiet introspection. Others moved more swiftly, the grace of their departure mirroring the inner serenity they carried. The ceremony wasn't just an event, it was a transformation. As people began to disperse, a sense of quiet contentment accompanied them. They moved with a lightness in their step, their shoulders relaxed, their faces carrying the faintest trace of a smile. The peace of the ceremony wasn't contained within the courtyard walls. It flowed outward with them, spreading like ripples in a still pond. They carried the quiet dignity and grateful reflection, a silent promise to carry the day's lessons into the quiet of their own lives, making space for peace, even amidst the bustle of the coming days. The day's journey concluded, not with an end, but a gentle transition into the quiet embrace of the evening. As the steam from your cup curls gently upwards, imagine yourself transported to a quiet Japanese tea room. The ceremony begins, a slow, deliberate unfolding of actions. This isn't just about the tea, it's a meditation on life itself, guided by the philosophy of Wabi-Sabi. This isn't about perfection, you see, but about finding beauty in imperfection. Imagine the slightly chipped tea bowl, the unevenly poured tea. These are not flaws, but rather marks of time and use, whispering stories of past moments. Each imperfection speaks of a journey, a history, a life lived. The wabi-sabi aesthetic embraces the natural, the transient, the imperfect. It's a quiet acceptance of impermanence, a recognition that everything is in constant flux, everything is fleeting. The tea ceremony, then, becomes a mindful practice, a way to connect with the present moment and let go of anxieties about the future or regrets about the past. The scent of the tea, the warmth of the cup in your hands, the gentle sounds of the room, these are all invitations to slow down, to breathe deeply, to appreciate the simple beauty around you. The slightly uneven surface of the tea table, the subtle variations in the color of the tea leaves, all these subtle details are celebrated, not ignored. In the wabi-sabi worldview, there is a profound serenity found in accepting the inevitable passage of time, in seeing the grace in decay, the beauty in impermanence. As you sip your tea, perhaps you feel a sense of calm settling over you. This is the tranquility cultivated by the ceremony, a tranquility born not from escaping the world, but from embracing it fully, with all its imperfections and fleeting moments. The tea itself becomes a symbol of this impermanence, a reminder that, like the delicate foam on its surface, life is transient, precious, and ever-changing. And with each slow, deliberate sip, you breathe in peace, you breathe in the wisdom of wabi-sabi, and you drift closer to a restful sleep. And so, we arrive at the heart of our story, the legacy. Imagine, if you will, a quiet room, sunlight filtering through paper screens, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. This is where the tea ceremony unfolds, a tradition born centuries ago and whispered down through generations. It's not merely the drinking of tea. It's a journey, a slow, deliberate unfolding of beauty and mindfulness. Picture a skilled practitioner, their movements graceful, almost ritualistic. Each gesture, from the careful preparation of the tea to the precise offering of the bowl, is steeped in meaning. The whisk, swirling in the hot water, creating a frothy cloud, is a dance as old as the mountains themselves. The scent of matcha, earthy and subtly sweet, hangs in the air, a fragrant invitation to stillness. This isn't about rushing. It's about savoring each moment. The warmth of the cup cradled in your hands, the gentle sip, the quiet contemplation that follows. It's a time to connect not only with the tea itself, but with the history contained within each leaf, with the generations who cultivated the plants and perfected the art. It's a connection to something larger than oneself, a feeling of peace and belonging. Through centuries of conflict and change, the tea ceremony has endured. It has adapted, evolved, yet it remains fundamentally the same. A practice of mindfulness, a celebration of simplicity, a profound expression of Japanese culture. It's a tradition that transcends time, connecting the past, the present, and the future in a single quiet moment. Each sip is a step back into history, a whisper of ancient wisdom, a gentle guide to finding calm in a busy world. And as you drift off to sleep, perhaps you can feel the lingering warmth of the teacup, the soft echo of the whisk, the quiet peace of the ceremony. The scent of subtly sweet leaves, a gentle whisper of steam. Imagine yourself, perhaps, in a quiet garden, the late afternoon sun casting long shadows across meticulously raked gravel. The tea ceremony, a practice born centuries ago, unfolds with a deliberate slowness, a rhythm as calming as the gentle breathing of the wind through bamboo. Each movement, from the careful washing of the tea bowl to the precise pouring of the water, is an act of mindfulness, a meditation in itself. Think of the simple beauty of the implements, the elegant porcelain, the smooth texture of the wooden scoop, the quiet grace of the host's movements. These aren't just utensils, they're conduits to a deeper stillness, a pathway to a space within where worries melt away like morning mist. The act of preparing the tea, of offering it, of receiving it, becomes a shared moment of quiet contemplation, a brief escape from the relentless pace of modern life. Even today, as the world rushes around us, the enduring appeal of the tea ceremony lies in its profound simplicity. It's not about the tea itself, though the subtle flavors and aromas certainly contribute to the experience. It's about the intentionality, the focus on the present moment, the mindful appreciation of the small, perfect details. It's a journey inward, a gentle unfolding of inner peace, found not in grand gestures, but in the quiet act of savoring a single cup. And as you settle into this quiet space, you too can find a similar serenity, a calm that settles deep within, a peace that lingers long after the last drop is sipped. Let that peace wash over you now. Let it soothe you. Let it lull you towards a gentle sleep. The last embers of the evening sun dip below the horizon, painting the sky in soft hues of apricot and rose. The bustling sounds of the Edo period gradually fade, replaced by the gentle chirping of crickets hidden amongst the bamboo groves. Imagine yourself nestled within a traditional Japanese garden, the scent of pine needles and damp earth filling the air. A light breeze whispers through the leaves, carrying with it the distant chime of a temple bell, a soft and calming melody. Picture a small moonlit pond reflecting the stars above. Koi carp glide silently through the still water, their scales shimmering like scattered jewels. The air is cool and crisp against your skin, a gentle comfort as you settle deeper into your slumber. Feel the weight of the day slowly lifting from your shoulders, leaving you light and relaxed. The scent of blooming cherry blossoms, faint but present, drifts on the night air, a sweet and subtle fragrance that lulls you further into tranquility. Close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away like paper lanterns on a gentle stream. Let go of any worries or anxieties that may linger, allowing them to float peacefully into the night. Your breath becomes slow and even, a rhythmic pulse in the quiet stillness. The sounds of the night, the gentle rustle of leaves, the distant croaking of a frog, become a soothing lullaby, weaving a tapestry of peace around you. You feel a sense of deep contentment wash over you, a feeling of being completely safe and at ease. The world outside fades away, leaving only the gentle rhythm of your breath and the calm stillness of the night. Sleep comes easily now, a soft embrace that carries you into a peaceful slumber. Good night.